Hey team, welcome to your yoga flow. So for today, you're gonna need a block or I'm actually using a foam roller, and I like this because it's a little bit higher. We are gonna be doing half moon, I guess Ashtanga style, not hot set style. Not standing half moon, more of the balancing half moon. So you're gonna need one of these, and you can just place that to the top of the mat. We're gonna start with the preparatory flow before we get into the main flow. Preparatory flow, we're not gonna hold anything, we're just going through ranges of motion and emotion. So drop down to your mat, and today's theme, we're gonna talk about, it's really a concept, exploring consciousness, your consciousness, from different levels of analysis. And you can do this several ways. You can go see a therapist, right? That's kind of what they do. They help you look at your consciousness from different levels of analysis. Or, and I wouldn't recommend this, you could do psychedelics, also do the same thing. You could also walk out in nature. You could also breathe and move with your body. This will allow you to step away from everything that's going on in your life, whether it be good or bad, and look at it almost objectively from an outside eye or an outside view, if you will. And the more you breathe, the deeper your breathing goes and the more you're able to connect with your breath, the more you're going to be able to alter your consciousness, and you're going to start to notice things that maybe aren't serving you anymore, or maybe they're serving you greatly and you want to keep that in the pattern of your life. So we're going to do that with obviously the breathing and trying to alter the consciousness using the breath and movement. But we're also going to visualize ourselves from the side, from a top view, from a front view, using your mind and your imagination. This is a great way to enhance your yoga practice and to make your technique better, because you can start to imagine what the optimal technique will look like. So we're going to get started. Tabletop position. Little preparatory flow as we do. Hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. You're going to start with the right knee. You're going to send it out and open the knee to the side like a fire hydrant, and then back through. And then 2 more times that direction. Out, side, in. 1 more. Keeping your pelvis relatively stable, and then we're going to reverse directions. So you're going to go in, out, back. Draw it in, out, back. We have 1 more. In, out, back. Kick it back. This time we're going to step the right foot right between the hands. And you're going to pivot the back shin so that it becomes parallel with the top of the mat. Straightening your right leg. I love this little mini flow that we're about to do. It's one of my go-tos. Tee out the arms like warrior 2 arms. Spine is nice and tall. You're going to flip right palm and just reach up and over. And then back through warrior 2 arms, and then reach the left arm up. And then 2 more times. Just reach up and over. And you can fingertip the floor. Maybe even point the foot. This is the second set. We're going to do 1 more. Reaching up, over. This is as if you're doing side angle. And then when your hand goes up towards the ceiling, as if you're doing reverse warrior but kneeling. That was the last one. You're going to reach up all the way through and then drop down. So you're sitting on your heel and then lean forward. Stretch the right hamstring and then walk it back. Sitting the hip to the heel. This is too much, you can always keep it shallow. You got to listen to your body, you got to listen to your breath. Only you know what you need. That was the last one. Finally, you're going to drop down. I was going to say drop on down to the other side. It's my favorite door song. And right leg is long, left sole of the foot on the inner thigh, left hand goes behind you. We're going to reach up and over, gate latching it, and then back through. Nice and smooth, reaching up and over. Just a little mini prep flow so that we get our body ready for what's going to happen, which is yoga, breath movement, if you will. And the last one, you're going to finish crisscross Apasana, facing the top of the mat. Take an easy little twist, so right hand goes to the left thigh, outer thigh. Easy twist to the left, and then to the right. And I'm not going too deep. I'm more exploring just the range of motion that I naturally have. And my body is like, oh, you got this. You've done this before. This is your range. You can go a little bit further because you'll feel your body start to release, even if you're doing dynamic style yoga. Reaching forward, coming into tabletop position. And we're going right to the left side. So we did the hips. We got our side body. Now we're going to do the left side. So drawing the left knee up, you're going to kick it out, side, in, and then 2 more. Keeping the shoulders and the hips very quiet. So I'm not moving them too much because I'm really trying to get into the hip joint. Then we're going to reverse direction, draw the knee in, out, back, in, out. So reverse fire hydrant, if you will. On the last one, kick it back. Left foot's going to step between the hands. You're going to have a different vantage point this time. So make sure that the back shin turns parallel with the top of the mat. Left leg is nice and straight. You can press the outside edge of the foot into the mat. Tee out the arms, warrior 2. Right hand just reaches up and over and you can fingertip the floor. Again, this is as if you're doing side angle, and then we're going to come back through warrior 2 into the reverse warrior. More focus on keeping the spine lengthy through each of these movements, which there are 3 because you have your reverse warrior position, your warrior 2, teeing arms out, and then the side angle. And I believe this is the last one right here. We're just going to go through all the way, or side angle position, and then drop down, hip to the heel. If you can, you're going to keep the flat foot on the mat, or if you got to let it come up, that's fine. Walking the hand forward, pressing hip forward, and then pressing back, sitting the hip to the heel. You're going to feel a nice stretch on the quad, or your knee is going to start to feel the love. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, this is the last one. Let's practice our visualization technique. So you're going to imagine that you're looking at yourself from the top of the ceiling. What will your gate latch look like? So visualize that. Plant your right hand behind you and then swoop, sweep, circle, left arm up, and then down. Making half a circle so you can imagine from the top, you're drawing a big circle of light. Not darkness, for all my jaded yogis out there. Reaching up and over, coming back through, sitting nice and tall, crisscross Apasana. That is an actual term. On this one, last little preparatory flow, we're just going to do the twist, rotating. This time, you can go a little bit further, and you do that by making it sequential. But don't forget, you're looking at yourself from the top of the ceiling. So the first thing you notice, you should be nice and tall. We have one more set, and you can start by looking, or deepen it rather, by looking a little bit more farther past your rear shoulder. Some say the back of your body represents the past, and it's okay to look back there sometimes. So reaching forward, plant the hands, coming into a tabletop position. We're going to start into the main flow. Hands shoulder width apart. Feet are already going to be hip width apart. We're going to go into the downward of dogs, hips up and back. Pedal the knees left and right. We're going to walk to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Flat back, so back of the tailbone in line with the back of the neck. And then as you exhale, easy forward fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive up. Exhale, hands to heart center, matching your movement to your breath. Not too fast, not too slow. We're going through each connective asana about 3 times. In the 4th round, we're going to hold. Inhale, reaching arms up. Little mini back bend, nice and soft. Exhale as you forward fold, really reach forward. This is the beginning. Inhale, halfway lift. Hands can go to the shins. Exhale, forward fold, stepping back into downward dog. Inhale, right leg high, 3-legged dog. Exhale, knee to chest. Tiger curl, dome the upper body.